Hi friends, so I just thought today onwards I'll start recording some videos which can help you in doing financial planning. Some of you would have seen this as part of my regular classes. Some of the points which I'm going to discuss in this video could be seen as part of regular classes, but this is now recorded not only for CA students but it is for public at large. I wanted to talk on a few critical things as far as financial planning is concerned, because it's a very much an important area. If you are a businessman, if you are a chartered accountant, if you are an engineer, if you are a doctor, you could be any person, if you are even a homemaker, somewhere financial planning is very critical. So I thought I'll discuss a few aspects of that in this video. In the video I'm going to answer, I haven't created a PPT kind of a structure, but I just thought I'll try to answer you 3-4 critical questions. Why is it critical to start early? When I say start early, investing at an early age. Should you start at 20, 25, 30, 35? As early as possible. Earlier the better. Why is it? You will understand as you see the video. Why should you invest in mutual funds also? You will get to know. How do I go ahead and select mutual funds? You will get to know. And what options do exist if I'm not going through a mutual funds route? So these are the 4 broad questions I thought I'll answer in this video. Now, many a times I keep saying that it is important to start early. It's very much important to start early. And in order to prove that, I have created something here. Let's assume a person is planning to retire at the age of 55. You may even want to retire at the age of 50. Some may want to do it even early, but let's assume you want to retire at the age of 55. You may start investing at the age of 25. You may start investing at the age of 30. So these are the 3 possible time periods at which you can start. I've just taken these 3. You can take anything you want. 25, 30 and 35 are the 3 timelines I have taken. Assuming your starting age to be that. In fact, I'll show you how even a single year makes a big difference. So that also I'll show it in some time. But 25, 30 and 35 are the 3 time periods I have taken for you to start your investment journey. Now, a person who starts at 25, I have assumed that you will be in a position to get a returns of either 5%, 7%, 10% and 12%. These are the 4 possible numbers I've taken. I'll give logic of these 4 possible numbers as I proceed in this video, but these are the 4 possible numbers I've taken, saying that you may earn a return of 5%, you may earn a return of 7%, you may earn a return of 10%, you may earn a return of 12%. These are the 4 possible returns you may earn, and you are starting your investment at the age of 25, 30 and 35. Let's focus our discussion on 7%, which is kind of a most likely number. A person who starts investing at the age of 25, if he invests 10,000 per month, I have just assumed 10,000 per month, and I have assumed that it will grow at the rate of 5% per annum. When I say grow at the rate of 5%, first year you'll invest 10,000 per month. Next year you'll invest 10,500 per month, because as your salaries keep going up or as your earnings go up, you will start investing more. Then again another 5% increase. In fact, by the time you reach 55, I have assumed that you will invest only some 41,000 rupees. 41,000 is the number I have taken by the time you reach the age of 55. This is if you are starting with 10,000 per month, growing at the rate of 5%. If you start at the age of 25, obviously. So these are the broad assumptions I have taken. Now what I get to know is that if you start at 25, you will be left with a corpus of 2 crore 10 lakhs. You'll be left with a corpus of 2 crore 10 lakhs. Now, in fact, and if you do it start at the age of 30, your corpus is only 1 crore 30 lakhs. And if you wait and start at 35, because you have not invested early, you'll be left with a corpus of only 77 lakh by the time you reach 55, because beyond 55 you will not be in a position to earn. So it's important that you create a good retirement corpus and kind of use that for your future expenses and have a happy retirement life. So that could be the plan of a person. But if you are deferring starting investments, you see the kind of impact it can have on your corpus. I have taken 10,000 per month growing at the rate of 5% per annum. maybe if your salaries are better, you can even do 20,000 per month, or you can grow at the rate of 10% initially. So all those options are possible. That's a call you can take, assuming what kind of disposable incomes you have. But if let's assume somebody starts at 26, just to give 26 as one of the option, just to give 26 as one of the option, the kind of impact it will have, you will understand here. If you delay by 1 year, your corpus comes down by 19 lakh rupees. If you delay by 1 year, your corpus comes down by 19 lakh rupees. So it is basically 10% of your corpus is gone. 10% of your corpus is lost if you're starting late by 1 year. So that is why I keep saying this. Even in classes I have told my students, and now also I'm telling you, it is critical to start early. If you start your investments at an early age, it is obviously going to have significant impact on the corpus which you create over the longer run. The corpus, or the final amount which you are going to get. It is critical that I build the corpus so that I have a happy retirement life. In fact, the impact is significant in these scenarios. Some 50 lakh kind of a difference is there. Some 30 lakh kind of a difference is there. Just delaying by 1 year. You have just delayed by 1 year. And in fact, if you just do one more year of investing, let's assume somebody doesn't want to start at 25 and somebody can do one more year. It's just a one more year of investment. I'm not even asking much from the person. It is just one more year of investment. If I ask, the impact it will have is, I'll show you the impact if you can start at the age of 24. In fact, 24 to me looks late. Many a times people don't realize it, but that itself becomes late. So your retirement corpus has again gone a significant change. Let's take the 7% example itself. You would have ended with 2 crore 31 lakh rupees instead of 2 crore 10 lakh rupees if you start at 24 instead of starting at 25 or 26. Look at the kind of difference it has. 24 vis-a-vis 25 vis-a-vis 26. Huge variation in the amount of corpus you end with. This is one primary reason I keep saying it is important to start at an early age. The second question I'm going to answer is, why should you invest in mutual funds? Now, 5% is something you can earn through fixed deposit. 5% is something you can earn through fixed deposit. You create a bank FD, safe kind of an investments. It will give you safe returns, nothing much to worry about. It will give you safe returns, nothing much to worry about. FDs can give you that returns. 7% is something you can do it through your government kind of investments like PPF, NSC. This also, I think the rates have been coming down, but if you have your government savings, PPF is there, NSC is there, Employee Provident Fund could be there. All these government related saving schemes can give you these 7% returns. I have taken FD 5%. There could be a taxation kind of an impact on top of that. PPF, NSC and all may not have a taxation kind of an impact, but there is going to be limitation. You have a limitation of 1,50,000 on PPF to be invested. NSC interest may get taxable if it reaches. So there are certain taxability related issues which can come, but let's assume you get 7% after tax. Mutual funds can easily give you 10 to 12%. Mutual funds can easily give you 10 to 12%, and 10 according to me is very much an easy number. 12 is also very much possible. I'll show you why 12 is very much possible, what you need to do, how you should go about. So all of that I'll explain. If you are able to get 10% return vis-a-vis a 7% return, which in fact 7 also is slightly difficult in the current scheme of things, because you have limitation on the amount of investments in the government security side. So let's take 5 vis-a-vis 10 or 7 vis-a-vis 10 also. 4 crore corpus vis-a-vis 2 crore 31 lakh corpus. That's the difference it is going to create. A 10%, you may think what extra 1 or 2% can do. A lot of people think what extra 1 or 2% returns can do. You see the difference here. You see the difference here. Extra 3% return. There's an extra 3% return, and the corpus has gone up by something like from 2 crore 31 lakhs. It has gone up to 4 crore. It has gone up to 4 crore. And if you can go to a 12% kind of a return, it will take your corpus to 5 crore 93 lakh. It will take your corpus to 5 crore 93 lakh. So mutual funds can surely lead to huge wealth improvement. Obviously, mutual funds also have a taxability angle, so that can slightly reduce your returns. But good part is LTCG is taxable at the rate of 10% only. So it can kind of reduce your returns to some extent. The taxability angle can come in. Also, we are not sure by the time we retire what will be the taxation situation in the country. That is beyond anyone to guess. But if the current scheme of things continue, 10% taxation. In fact, every year you can book certain gains also, because 1 lakh of LTCG is tax exempt. Every year you book profits and reinvest. You book profits and reinvest so that your 1 lakh of capital gain is made every year, because that's an exempt capital gain. That's what I tell. I in fact been doing that. I will book 1 lakh of capital gain and sell, and the next day I'll buy the mutual funds. Next day I'll buy the same mutual fund. I'll sell it, and the next day I'll buy the same mutual funds. So this kind of ensures that I optimize the taxation angle. I optimize the taxation part of it. So you have 5, 7, 10, 12. So this answers the question why mutual funds are critical. Now, how to select mutual funds? Because I say that mutual funds are critical, but now how do I go ahead and select mutual funds? Now, in a practical world, there are large varieties of mutual fund. You have large cap, you have mid cap, you have small cap, you have multi cap. I don't want you to invest in any of them. I would want you to go through something called as index mutual funds. Index mutual fund. What does index mutual fund do? They basically invest in Nifty or Sensex. That's what they do. They are going to invest in the companies which form part of India's two indices. One is a Nifty and Sensex. They invest either in Nifty, which is one of the India's index, the stock market index, or they invest in Sensex, which is also a stock market index. So your investment is going to be made either in Nifty or in Sensex. Either in Nifty or in Sensex. So you will make investments there. Now, there are a lot of index funds are available. So what I did is I went to a site called amphiindia.com. Amphi India is Association of Mutual Funds of India. I went there. I selected open-ended vis-a-vis closed-ended. Open-ended is anytime you can make an entry. Then I selected others as an option. Went through something called as index funds. And pulled out the various funds. Pulled out the various funds from there and converted into Excel. Converted into an Excel. So just a minute. So this is the list I had. This is a list I had. Now index funds is basically going to invest in different indices are possible. Like you have Nifty, Sensex, you have Nifty next 50, you have Sensex, you have small cap, you have mid cap. But I want to invest only Nifty index and Sensex index. So there is something called a scheme name. And next to that, there's something called as a benchmark. Once you pull out this report, there's something called as scheme name. And the next to it, you have something called as benchmark. In the benchmark, I have went ahead and selected Nifty 50 and Sensex, S&P BSE Sensex. These two indices I have taken. Now, the good part about is, you can invest in any of this. It doesn't really matter. You go ahead and invest in any of this mutual fund. You do not break your mind saying that whether it will give good returns, it will give bad returns. Don't even worry much about it. You invest in any of them. I'll also tell you a filtration mechanism as I proceed. But you go ahead and invest in any of them. For example, 1 year return. It has fluctuated between 63% to 69. Last year, the market has done really well. That is why it is a very high return. 63 to 69. If you have invested in the worst, you would have got 63% return. If you invested in the best, you would have got 69% return. 63 to 69. Sorry, let me just, yeah. The range is 62 to 69. Sorry, 62 to 69. Somewhere in between you would have got. This is a 1 year return. If I go for a 3 year return, it would have fluctuated between 13.52. The min and max are seen in the end. 13.52 to 14.43. So even if you had gone with the worst kind of an investment, you would have got 13.52. The best would have given you 14.43. if I go to a 5-year kind of a return mechanism, the 5-year historical returns, the range is 13.92, which is the minimum. Maximum is 16.23. Minimum is 13.92, maximum is 16.23. This is the 5-year ka range. Any of the investments you would have made, any index you would have made, 13.92 till 16.23 you would have got. So the range is slightly, it is within the band of 2%. If you got a very good investment, you would have got 16% return. If you have done a very bad MF, you would have got 13.92. I'll check even a 10-year kind of a return. 10-year, the range is 10.56 to 12.29. 10.56 to 12.29. So any of the MF you select, you go ahead and select any of the MF you want to. I'm not telling you to select, apply so much of, don't even think which MF to invest in. Any of the index fund you invest in, it will give you still a very healthy return. It will still give you a very healthy return. I normally see this something called as AUM, asset under management, and I normally feel that at least this should be 500 crores. So it should be at least 500 crores. So above 500 crores, I have only 13 funds. Go ahead and invest in any of the 13 funds. Go ahead and make your investment in any of the 13 funds. I look at an AUM of 500 crores and then make AUM of any AUM you look at. But basic thing is index funds can easily give you 10 to 12% where you need not apply anything. Direct investing in equity is something people do. I'll talk about that in some time. But any of the funds you go in, it will give you that return. It will give you a very, very healthy kind of a return. In fact, this filter which I have applied, the 10-year range is 11.01 to 12.10. Some of the funds have not reached 10 years, so those returns are not there for a 10-year period. Whatever has reached 10 years, those returns are there. For example, return 3 years, the range is 13.31 to 14.72. Return 5 years, the range is 14.77 to 16.20. Over a longer period of 10 years, you will see lots of ups and downs. Everything is factored in. All the ups and downs are factored in this, and it's easily can give you 10 to 12% return where you need not do anything. You need not even go to an advisor. Just invest in Nifty index or Sensex index. How should you invest? You should invest through something called a systematic investment plan. Systematic investment plan is basically every month you keep investing a fixed amount and keep raising it. Every month 10,000 is what I told you to start with. So do it through a systematic investment plan. In fact, I have also pulled out the SIP returns. These are systematic investment plan returns. So there's another Excel which I've downloaded. It has the SIP returns. And even in the SIP returns, if you see, just give index. I'll just go with Nifty. I'm not able to filter exactly the Nifty one because small cap, mid cap, everything comes here. But still, I just want you to show you the 10-year SIP returns. The range is again still going to be good. 12.06 to 14.28. The range is 12 points. So easily you can make 10 to 12%. Easily you can make 10 to 12% without even thinking much about it. You need not have great understanding of mutual funds, but still you can easily make 10 to 12% kind of a return by investing in mutual funds. People do say investing in equity markets is risky and all, but index mutual funds is not that risky. And you see the difference. If you can make 10%, your corpus can almost reach 160 or 170%, and if you can get 12%, your corpus will more than double. So starting early is critical. Why mutual funds is also critical. And the third part I've answered is how do you select mutual funds. The fourth part is what options other than mutual fund. Is direct stock market investing. Or referral, or investing through some of the investors, some of the people who manage funds. These are the other two options. Either you go through a direct stock marketing investing where you analyze company and you make investments on your own. If you have good understanding of stock markets, you can try doing that. I normally don't advise people to get into direct stock market investing unless you have knowledge about it. You can understand how things are moving. Otherwise, it's easy, no risk to be taken. Mutual funds is an easier route. Or you can give your money to people who can manage funds. There are a set of people who will manage funds. They're called as technically a portfolio manager. They could be registered SEBI investment advisor, or some of the people who would manage funds. In fact, I have a person, I know a person who can manage funds. I know a person who can manage funds of people. So a lot of my friends have given, I don't invest in stock markets. I only invest through mutual funds. That's the only place I invest my money. I cannot invest directly in stock market, so I don't do it. I have certain restrictions which are there, so I don't invest in stock market, but I make my money through mutual funds. But if you want to invest money through a person who manages, you guys can contact me in WhatsApp. If at all you want, just send me a message in WhatsApp. If you want people to manage your funds, if the person manages funds of at least 1 to 2 lakhs, that's the starting level he looks at. So if you have 1 to 2 lakhs, that person can manage funds. In fact, he has given very healthy returns in the last year. So that's a last option I would suggest. But direct stock market investing is not at all advisable. Investing through a person who can manage funds, these set of people can even end up giving you 18-20% returns. They can end up giving you even 18-20% returns. So that's the reason I said, if at all you want to invest through some people. For example, if they give you 16% returns, look at the corpus. It goes to 14 crores. It goes up to 14 crores. 16% over a longer period of time becomes difficult. But if you can even get 14% through a person who is taking care of your money, you make huge amounts. You make huge amounts. So in case you want your funds to be managed, then I know a person who can help you out. So you can send me a message. I'll connect you with that person and he can manage funds for you. But otherwise, I just ending this video with a few learnings for you. You should start early. Some of your article assistants who would be watching this video, please even start investing your stipend. Start investing your stipend. So start early. Go through mutual funds route. How to select mutual funds is just go through index mutual funds. Go through index mutual funds, Nifty or Sensex. Index mutual funds, Nifty or Sensex mutual fund. And if at all you want to do anything other than mutual funds, go through direct stock marketing investing or have it invested through people who can manage funds. So I want to pass on these critical messages, and I just hope you guys start practicing them, start making investments, start getting into mutual funds. There's nothing like when to start and all, because markets will keep giving you opportunity. Now the market has peaked, it has moved up significantly, but it's difficult to time the market. So if you are in systematic investment plan, you will keep seeing the downs, you will keep seeing the ups. In an SIP, when I showed, people were investing even 1 year back when the market had crashed significantly because of COVID. March 2020, the market had crashed significantly. Now the market has picked up significantly. So all this will keep happening, but over a longer period of time. Even I showed a 10-year period. The 10-year period had lots of ups and downs, but it kind of got corrected and people were able to earn 10 to 12% easily in mutual funds. I would just advise you, go through index mutual funds, Nifty or Sensex mutual funds. That should take care of it. Don't only invest in fixed deposits, or don't only go through your something called as your PPF and other measures. Try to get into equity, because that will lead to long-term wealth creation. I'll also be recording some other videos also. This is part of my financial planning series. I want to talk to people, whatever I have been learning, so I want to talk to people. So in case you want me to cover some topic where you need some suggestion, you can just type in the comment box. I'll try to see if I can cover some other topic in the financial planning series. So I'll end with this. Stay safe and keep investing money.